What's going on with all my billionaires out there? This that guy, Hoods Billionaire. Welcome to Hoods Billionaire TV. Big favor, big abundance. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Oblock 6 being found guilty. Let's talk about it. So, as we all know, the unaliving of FBG Duck has been solved. According to federal prosecutors, they linked it to 6 members of the reputed Oblock gang, right? So we talking about Muwap, we talking about Teasy, we talking about C Murder, we talking about all of those guys, right? C Thing, we talking about all of them, right? All these guys have been found guilty, right? So what does that mean, right? All of them are awaiting sentencing, which is mandatory guidelines, and I believe they are looking at like 50 to life, right? So let's just break this down, because it's got so many layers to it. It's just so many layers to it, right? The war on Chirac been going on for so long, where it's like people, I believe that wave, kind of passed, right? But we got a lot of good artists, from that way. But the artists really were just rapping their trauma, the traumas of them living in, inner city Chicago and what comes with that, right? So based on this back and forth beef that was going on between King Von and FBG Duck, right, and going on between they two blocks, which are literally like right up the street from each other, right? It was always alleged that King Von may have something to do with that, right? And based on the fact that he got a history where he got like, some say 5, some say 6, some say 8, but unalivings under his belt, right? He said about anywhere from 5 to 8 bodies, right? So we don't know if that's true or not, but what we do know is, based on the energy that he put out, that'd be right up his alley, right? So, when FBG Duck was unalived, right, they caught him in the Gold Coast area in Chicago, which is like downtown Chicago, where all the best shops and stores and is all type of cameras at, they really had no way to really get away with this, right? But based on the hit that they all, they cooperated and said that Von, put the money up for them to do the hit. It was $100,000, right? That they end up splitting 6 ways, which is crazy, right? So when you see that video of Von passing out money, right, and giving it to breaking it up with his guys, that's what that was for. That's what that was for. He was giving money away and changed the way for that hit for Duck, right? So, which is crazy, but that's just being a bad leader. We gonna call that what it is, right? Because you really sent those guys on a suicide mission. That was a crash mission, right? It was no way. They had no chance of getting away from that situation. None whatsoever. They did not stand no chance of getting away from that situation. Not free. You know what I mean? Not it was no way they was gonna get away for free. So, this is just one of those situations where it's like, Von, you led your people to destruction, right? And now this is the ramifications of that. Now, King Von got unalived himself, right? But the boy had so much smoke and negative energy surrounded him that even if he didn't get unalived, right? Even if he didn't get unalived, right? Lil Tim man unalive him, right? He would be facing charges for this. Right? I mean, they would have him in this. They told on him. They pretty much let it be known what was going on. They would have had him for this, right? Feds would have got him. He was the main, conspirator. He put the money up. He would have been, it would have been no way around that. It would have been no way around it. Like, he would have been going to jail anyway, right? So, it was like he pretty much just set himself up for something negative. Then you had the shooting that happened with Dirk, right? That whatever reason Dirk got out of, but they had it on camera or pieces of it on camera, and I guess they pretty much was just putting it on Von. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Dirk ever put it on Von, but pretty much they just put it on Vaughn, right, to, you know, for that situation, pretty much say that he was the one that did it. So he would have been facing all type of different charges even if he would have made it. But, you know, he put the money up, you know what I'm saying, to put on FBG Duck here. You know, he got spotted, right? Some calls was made, and boys pulled up and they let it loose. You know what I'm saying? And this explains why. Well, this doesn't explain. I'm just kind of trying to put two and two together, and this alleged. But I believe this is why Lil Durk's brother ended up getting unalived, right? Because a lot of people are like, man, what did he even have to do with it? But it looks like he might have been a co-conspirator in this FBG Duck situation also as well, right? So there's a lot of different things that going on. But at the end of the day, it all goes back to self-destruction. Who won from this situation? Tell me who won. Did King Von win? Right? He not even with us in this dimension anymore. Right? That was unfortunate and very sad what happened to FBG Duck. Right? What about the Oblock 6? Did they win? Right? All these boys is finna go do football numbers in the federal penitentiary. Right? And you know, when I was reading up on the story, all these is young boys in their young early 20s. So they got their whole life ahead of them. Was that worth, what is that? That ain't even 20 bands a piece. It'd be 20 bands for 5 of them. Was that worth like 16,000 a piece or 16,300 a piece? Like, was it worth it? Like, that don't even sound like that's worth it to me. Right? Y'all boys got about 16,333 a piece, and y'all and a chain, and y'all finna do life in prison for that. You see what I'm saying? It just wasn't worth it. And it is one of those situations where kids, don't be a follower, right? This is and I'm not gonna say follow him, but they allowed the guy with the bag to influence them, right? Even though he was on dark demonic energy, they allowed that bag to influence them. You know, and my whole thing is just, you know, watch the people that you moving with, man. Watch the people that you moving with, and don't be influenced towards negative or, you know, wicked behaviors, because it'll lead you down situations like this. You know, like I said, you know, Duck gone, Von gone, now they gone. Nobody won, and the families is left to, you know, deal with the trauma of the situation. So it is what it is. It was a lose-lose situation, but I mean, at least they did find. I mean, they found them. The guys found them guilty. The feds was already on them. The feds was already, you know, looking heavy into what they had going on. So they really didn't stand a chance. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation, man. Y'all, I mean, you think they got the right guys? You think it was, what about them snitching on Vaughn? Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. It's the guy who's being their big favor, big abundance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. This the guy who's being their big favor, big abundance. I'm gone.